So guys, I thought I'd get on with this then for you. As you can see, I've done some drawing out on it. I've basically marked his arms out, his face. You can see sort of what's going on here. I've lowered tops of his boots a little bit, if you can see. Now this guy, the character, his standard pose is he's got his hands in his pockets and he wears like a suit jacket, and the suit jacket, it's hard to draw upside down. The suit jacket sort of, his hands are in his trouser pockets under his suit jacket, yeah? So his suit jacket's going to go down that way and that way. I've put a few marks across here just as reference for me. That's his hat, that's going to be his hairline. So his shoulder's going to be up here, yeah? Bent arm into his pocket. Lowered his boots a little bit because this guy's boots are usually, although the Wellington boots, he has them tipped over at top, you know, they're folded down at top. So we can work with that. His hat's like a beanie hat, woolly hat. He's going to have an hairline here. Again, big face, due to the fact that his caricature. His jacket's always open like that. Might be buttoned up here, one button. And he always had his trousers tied with a string. Now I might be able to sort of put a piece of jute line in there. I'll see how that goes. But I've just sort of mirrored it onto the side. And what I've done is carried reference lines round, and them reference lines I can sort of follow around then and try and keep it nice and even. Yeah. These lines will come off. You can draw stuff back in if you want. You don't necessarily need all them lines. I was just trying to give you a better idea of what you're looking at. Right then, got my gloves on and my thumb guard. Don't forget the thumbs up. 2 thumbs up. Basically what I'm going to do now is just take up corners off it. I'll try not to bore you, and I'll try to skip through what I can and come back to you as I get stuff done and what I'm doing and try and explain it. Another tip is, in the bottom of the play on your screen, there's a little like a cog, yeah? If you press that, you can speed this video up to about, well, you can speed it up +2, but you won't understand me. But if you put it on 125 or 150, it will go quicker, but the voice you can actually make out properly. Sometimes I do that with longer videos, because so I can watch the entire video, but it's not going to take me 40 minutes or an hour. Not that this video is going to be 40 minutes or an hour long. But again, look, push cuts. I'm taking all corners off. Why? Because they hurt my delicate little hands. And all I'm doing is taking these edges off. Problem with pine as well. I know I've said this is not as good as boxwood. It's hard to get good detail into it. Even no matter how sharp your knife is, you can still sometimes pull it because it's got that sort of resin stuff in it. Well, resin, not resin stuff, but it's got resin in it. Let's have a look at the bottom. Take them off as well a little bit. Also, you're looking at what way its grain's going on this. If it's cutting, fine. Like that, now it's dragging, see? Yeah? That's dragging, that's going into grain, it's pulling down. So I'm going to change my direction. Because when you come into stuff which is like a cross end grain, you have to be careful not to knock it off. You can fix it back with super glue. Super glue works with wood and fingers, or wood glue, you know, white glue, whatever you've got. But you have to wait for that. Super glue's quick, obviously. Just round that off. Start taking some stuff off around his hat. Stop cut, push cut, stop cut, push cut, a bit deeper. Now something Doug outside says is don't be afraid to go deep, because the characters, you can, go pretty deep. Now when I typically do one of these, it takes me several days. I spend time, I just pick it up and put it down as and when You know, I feel like it. that's the thing with it. That's why it's so good. It's you know, you don't have to complete it in 2 minutes. It's not a 2-minute job. I tend to be doing this while I'm watching a video or whatever. If I'm watching some of you guys on YouTube, I sort of pick it up and do a bit. The other good thing with glove is if you are pushing all the time with this thumb. I mean, some people push like this. I'm not very comfortable with that. I tend to push on back at blade, but it does can hurt your thumb a little bit. You will build a callus up on it, but it's still it can be a little bit tender. And all I do is go round and round and keep doing bits, look at it, check it out, where I'm coming in, where how it's looking. Because eventually, because he's got this hat on now, as you see that edge has chipped off there, it doesn't matter because I've got to round it up. But you're going in and trying to sort of give yourself an idea of your form. Take little bits off, don't try and take too big a bits off. I wish I could see better what I'm doing, but I'll show you in a sec. I'm just taking that round. You can keep swapping, you can do a bit round his feet, you know, it's not, there is no tried and tested method that is the best. And if you start doing a bit that is hard to cut out, you can go back to something that's a bit easier. Just sort of trying to define, that's where his hat's going to be, yeah? I'll come back to you in a minute. So I've just took a little bit more off. I'm rounding that round, yeah? As you can probably see, that's the hardest part to carve. Like I say, this is pine, and although it's a softwood, it's very resiny and you get bits chip and things like that, but as I say, that's what I'm working with. I'm going to cut his boots in. So again, stop cut, start working at this bit. Can actually take a bit of a V cut out of that. My pencil marks have gone, my gloves have rubbed it off. Then that will happen, or does happen. Top of his boots, come to about there. And once you get into it, it gets easier. Getting actual original, you know, getting it into block itself is the hardest bit. And I tend to work from both sides, just trying to keep it equal. It's a good practice. You can sort of, you know, try and match each side up then. And get bigger chips off. Incidentally, on the floor here I have a blanket that's under the desk that's pinned up so that all chips don't end up under the desk, or if they do they'll end up on blanket and I can clean them up easy enough. If you're doing it in your living room that would also help. I'm just removing front. You can shape it up after it. This is just basically trying to move as much wood as I can. That corner can come right off. just going to cut a centre between his legs, which that's that V cut. Just gets me in there. And again, you can also do push in, like in a triangle, and it'll pop you like a little pyramid out, and that gives you some depth. And that's his crutch. Can you say crutch? Pretty hard to see, it's pretty washed out on colours, isn't it? And I'll do the same at back. But stop cutting there. This is just keep it shape, because this back will go, I will be cutting this back, you know, to where his boots are. Paw cut or pairing cut, and you just keep going at it like that. I'll come back to you. So I'm going to try and keep it as short as I can. I've sped some of this up. This is, what are we on? Monday. I did a little bit. What I was saying about opening this up, where I split these legs, you can remove a lot more wood. What I do want to show you is, well, think about this as in layers, yeah? That's my furthest back layer, his boots. And then his arm's going to be furthest forward. His jacket's going to be a little bit behind that. I've done some work around where his hair is. Keep rounding that up as I keep going back to that. But what I'll show you, what I'm going to do here is, I'm just going to do his, this is like it's not a plunge cut at a minute, it's really difficult from this angle, but what I'm going to do is cut here into where his arm is, and same here into where his arm is, where it bends, and then I can take that out, and that it's like a relief to where his jacket is, yeah? See that? And I'll keep doing that and bringing his jacket and body back, and his arm forward, and to where his hand goes into his pocket. Although I don't want to go too far back. Well, it's going to go a little bit back because of I've got this jacket coming over, and as I bring the front in here to his chest, I've got to take that out, but I've got to leave his jacket a little bit proud, and his arms is sort of going to go behind it. I'm not going to do much carving on film. I'll show you what I'll do. What I'm saying about these here as well. His trousers are going to be higher than stuck out further than his boots. Yeah. His hands are going to be stuck out further than his jacket, and his arms are going to be stuck out further than his jacket. Although his hands have got to sort of go under this jacket. I'll try and do some and show you when I come back. And again, this I might take down a little bit more. Sorry, no, I'll take down a little bit more. Everything, I'm just bringing it back slowly, and then you can, you know, define your form. So I've done a little bit more on it, removing some wood around back where his bum is. I'll just show you on this back now, because I've got into this, I can take pretty good chips off up way. You know, these have got to come back quite a bit. Yeah, that's why it's easier to get into. I've rubbed a bit off his back here. I've got to now take his chest back. I've only done one side. I've been working on one side to give you an idea, yeah. And I'll get on to the other side now. This is the end for this one. I'll try and keep them as short as possible. Next one should be a finishing one, but I'll just do little clips and try and explain anything that I'm doing that's in particular difficult. What's saying here? Look here. Look, I'm going to cut round his face to bring his chest back, and I do a dig in, and then I cut up to that. Cut that off. It's all pretty raggy at the minute because, well, you're not down to anything where you're at a finishing point, but you can see it's coming back in layers, leaving stuff higher and removing stuff as you can. I've done one side. I'll get the other side done, and I'll leave you to it. It's nice to be nice.